Namaste, beautiful face yogis. Today's video is the final workout in our volume series for restoring volume of the face back to a youthful distribution. This workout can be done 2 times per week and increased as tolerated. It is recommended in the evening, but it can be done at any time. My name is Elise. I am so happy you're here. Now let's get glowing together. We're going to start by taking a big, deep, relaxing breath in through the nose. And then as you exhale, release and relax each and every one of your face muscles. Take another deep breath in. And then as you exhale, bringing your fingertips up towards your eyes, coming into double V. Index fingers are on the outer corner. Middle finger rests at the inner corner. And once your hands are in a nice position with the fingers resting on the face, lift slightly up with your fingertips and then squeeze your eyes closed against the opposite resistance. We're going to hold here for 30 seconds. The activation should be coming from your lower eyelid, lifting up to try to meet your upper eyelid. Make sure that you're not activating in between the eyebrows or at the forehead. The only activation is coming from the eyelids, and especially that lower eyelid lifting and activating upwards. Take a deep breath in, take a long breath out, release your hands and place your fingertips underneath your eyes. Make many soft circles underneath the eyes to bring circulation and life back to your under eye area. We want to be gentle here as the skin is very thin, but we want to make contact enough to release any adhesions or tightness. Anything that feels a little stagnant, go ahead and give a nice touch. Take a deep breath in, relax your jaw, and then on an exhale, gently drop your jaw, press your lips forward, and then pull your lips back around your teeth. Lift your cheeks for our long big O plus double V. So we have a lot going on here. We're in a static hold, lifting from the cheeks. The mouth is wrapped tightly around the teeth as resistance, and then squeezing the lower eyelid upwards. Check in with your lower face to make sure nothing is activated. The jaw and the lower face muscles sometimes like to hijack this move and activate, but we want only the activation coming from the lips, the cheeks, and the eyes. Last 10 seconds, don't forget to breathe. Relax your forehead and the area in between your eyebrows. Relax your shoulders down. Keep lifting everything up, and then take a big deep breath in. A long breath out and release from the pose. Great job. Gently close your eyes, placing your middle finger on top of your eyelids and your ring finger on your lower eyelids. Gently bring your fingers in towards each other to get a nice stretch in your orbicularis or oculi muscle, this eye muscle. Just holding for a couple seconds here. Very gentle and very subtle. Relaxing all the muscles of your face. Always keeping your tongue up at the roof of your mouth. Take a deep breath in, a long breath out, and then we're going to move over to the right side. We're going to work with this zygomatic ligament. So starting all the way at your cheekbone, we're going to pinch and wiggle and then change the directions of your fingers. So it's like we'll cover the area of a star, making a star with our fingers. We want to release any tension in this area, any restrictions on the zygomatic ligament. So once this feels nice and flexible, you've moved in every direction. Close your eyes and see what it feels like, if it feels restricted. And then you're going to move inwards towards the inner corner of your eye, going around the zygomatic ligament. So it goes from the cheekbone underneath the orbicularis oculi muscle and kind of supports the eyes. So when this ligament becomes weak, we can see under eye hollows and sagging cheeks. So we're really going in, moving all the way inward and then back out to strengthen, hydrate, and relax this ligament here. And then do the same thing on the other side, starting on the left side, right at the cheekbone. So you should feel some connections inward. You may feel some restrictions. You may feel some differences on each side. We want to go in, massage and hydrate all around this cheekbone where we have these attachments, and make sure the attachment points are healthy and relaxed. Once the area feels good, you can turn the directions of your fingers and work inward towards the inner corner of the eye or the nose, going along this whole zygomatic ligament. So important for keeping the structure of the face, keeping the cheeks lifted, the eyes supported, helping to keep the nasolabial lines from forming when the cheeks sag down. Moving all the way in, and then we'll move all the way back to the cheekbone where we started. It's always best in these workouts to close your eyes and find out what's going on. Where should you spend a little more time? Great job, release. Last time for the long big O plus double B. Drop your jaw, press your lips forward, pull your lips back around your teeth, lift your cheeks, and then place your fingertips up at your eye. As your cheeks are lifting upward and holding, your eyes are also squinting. You can look slightly up, making sure the mouth stays activated, the cheeks are lifting, the lower eyelid is lifting, and the lower face and the forehead and eyebrows are completely relaxed. So isolating these specific muscles, relaxing other muscles. This exercise has so many benefits: lifting the cheeks, toning the mouth, toning the under eyes, reducing dark circles and bags, helping to lift the whole middle part of the face. We're going to be here for 30 more seconds, so option to stay here lifting, or if you'd like, you can make some dynamic pulses with the under eyes. So the lips and cheeks stay lifted and the under eyes will pulse upwards. The lower eyelids will pulse upwards towards the upper eyelids. Always make sure that your area in between the eyebrows is fully relaxed. This can activate with some people when they flex their lower eyelid. Go ahead and release. Excellent job. Coming back to the cheekbone, place your index finger and thumb, pinch and squeeze, releasing any tension from this area. Turn your hands so your fold is vertical, and then pinch and squeeze, rolling inwards. All the way to the side of the nose, pinching and squeezing, looking for any changes in volume, any adhesions, any tenderness or numbness, and then palpitating those tension spots or trigger points and helping to release that tension. Notice what's happening, what's going on your face, and spend time, a little extra time in any area that needs a little extra love, working on those trigger points. Switch and go over to the other side, so we're right at the cheekbone, and you may feel this ligament. Maybe it feels like it's pulling inwards. Maybe you can feel the attachment. And we're going to pinch and roll all the way in towards the inner corner of the nose, towards the inner part of the nose, and looking for any spots that feel like a hard ball or maybe changes in volume. Work there, spend a little time, and that's where you'll need to work when you go back to these moves. Go ahead and release. Great job. Moving to eye stretches, we'll work to the right eye first. Starting at the inner part of the eye, using your index fingers, we're going to stretch and open the eye. Our round eye muscle becomes very tight and pulled into the inner center. So we want to open and release this. So stretching and opening, moving all the way to the hairline. We'll do 3 on each side, making sure to really release any of the tension and tightness at the very inner corner of your eye. Finish this last one, and then we'll move on to the other side, starting at the very inner corner of the eye. This should feel nice if you have any type of tightness here or you haven't worked here before. You may need a little oil or lotion if your skin is extremely dry, but you should be able to just give a nice stretch, really focusing on this inner part, opening and stretching the whole entire eye muscle, and release. Great job. All right, moving on to cheek press. Inhale, drop your jaw, press your lips forward. Using your index finger and your middle finger, you're going to press into the inner wall of your cheeks right in line with your mouth corner. Thumbs are right at the base of the nose so we don't create nasolabial folds. With the inner wall of your cheeks, press out into your fingers. Your fingers are pressing outwards into your cheeks. So cheeks are moving in against the opposite resistance of the fingers pressing into the cheeks. This should definitely feel intense if you're doing it right. We're squeezing from the side of the cheeks. We're not squeezing from the lower part of the face underneath the lips. So using this cheeks and the side of the cheeks on the mouth corners. Great job, release. Taking your index finger and thumb, we're going to start right at the mouth corner, working very superficially. We're going to pinch and roll from the corner of the mouth all the way up to the base of the nose along the nasolabial folds. So we're going pretty superficially here. We're not going as deep as we can. Pinching, massaging, releasing any tension or trigger points, adhesion points. And we're working all the way up. So pinch and roll. Don't let your roll go. Wiggle. I recommend closing your eyes here, noticing what's going on. Really help you to determine what's going on with your unique face. And then once you get up to the base of the nose, we're going to work our way back down, all the way down to the jawline. So we're getting this entire area around the mouth, working superficially, feeling in for any points that feel a little sticky or areas you can't grab. Maybe it feels numb or tender. Just noticing what you feel and then working in that area to release these trigger points and tensions. Maybe the skin feels too hard to grab. I know for me, right under the lip, it's a little hard to grab here. So just working in this more superficial layer to relieve any of these micro adhesions, these mini trigger points that are keeping our tissues stuck and tight and pulling in different directions we don't want them to be pulling in. Also deflating, dehydrated. So bringing circulation, hydration, nutrients to this whole entire area and just releasing any trigger points. Go ahead and we'll do the same thing on the other side. Starting at the corner of the mouth, superficially pinching and rolling through the fascia layer all the way up towards the base of the nose, finding any area that feels particularly tense, tender, tight. Maybe it feels like there's something pulling or restricting. Just close your eyes and find out what's happening. It's these unique little pinpoints we have that we can work on and are going to give us the biggest difference. So close your eyes, go within, notice what's happening here. Maybe notice how it's a little different on the other side. So that after you move all the way up to the nose, we're moving down to the jawline. Still working in this superficial layer, noticing what's happening. Coming all the way back up to the corner of the mouth. And then a little bit below this lower lip, coming into the depressor anguli oris. But we're working very superficially. So not going all the way as deep as you can into the muscle. This area in between. And you may find some random, odd little tension points here. Just work them. This is going to make a big difference once we start releasing all of these. So find where your trigger points are. Find where it's sticky, a little numb, a little tender, changes in volume. And remember to breathe here. You can go slower if you'd like, closing your eyes, making this more of a ritual. Breathing deep, feeling your face open and release. Big inhale. On your exhale, drop your jaw, press your lips forward, back to cheek press, pressing your fingers into your inner cheek wall. The cheeks are pressing into the fingers as the opposite resistance. Holding here, we're here for about 30 seconds. Check in with your upper face, relax your forehead and your eyebrows. Check in with your shoulders and your neck, are they relaxed? Nothing should really be working here except the cheeks. Make sure the jaw and the lower muscles of the face are not engaged. This is a very intense exercise. Keep breathing, building strength in our inner cheek wall as well as our mouth muscle. And this is going to help keep the entire middle face supported and lifted. Okay, last 10 seconds here. Give it all you've got. Breathing in and out through the nose. Keep pressing those cheeks walls into the fingers. See if you can give your fingers another pulse of strength outwards. Inhale, exhale, and release. Great job. All right, back to what we just did, except this time we're going to go deeper. So going as deep as you can now, starting at the mouth corner, and we're going to pinch and roll all the way up to the base of the nose. So same thing, but this time going as deep as we can. This time going into the deeper muscle layer, trying to work out any tension and adhesion points. So going deep into the muscles, pinching and rolling, looking for changes in volume, tension, numbness, and just bringing circulation and life into this area. Notice for anything that feels like it's pulling or attaching, see if we can work there. And then once you're moving up to the base of the nose, we'll move back down to the jawline, and then this time coming right underneath the mouth, getting into this area underneath the mouth corners, the depressor anguli oris, checking to see the tension here, pinching and squeezing, releasing tension here in this muscle that pulls our mouth corners down. So that's why we're closing our eyes and kind of feeling into our own face. Where is there tension for you? And then once that side feels nice and relaxed, we'll move to the other side, starting at the mouth corner, working up and then back down. Just looking to release tension on a deeper layer in this area, all the way from the mouth corners to the base of the nose and down to the jawline. Notice how this side may be a little different. Maybe it's a little more difficult to grab on one side. Noticing if there are more attachments or adhesions on one side. Going through and breaking all of that up, bringing circulation and nutrients, and then getting this very strong depressor anguli oris muscle at the mouth corner, giving that a massage, releasing that, making sure this entire area around the mouth is relaxed and opened, free of adhesions and constrictions on the muscular layer as well as within our fascia and the tissues. And then once this side is feeling nice and relaxed, we're going to do cheek press one last time. You got this. Drop your jaw, press your lips forward, and then squeezing the inner wall of your cheeks into your fingers, pressing, creating that opposite resistance. This exercise is very important. It's going to be helping to strengthen the buccinator muscle. And when this muscle loses volumes, that's when we see the hollow cheeks, the cheeks that are losing volume, sinking in, hollowed, seeing laugh lines. So this is a great exercise for toning the lower face, for toning the area outside the mouth corners, and helping to reverse the nasolabial lines, the marionette lines, and smile lines that happen because of the weak and hollow cheeks. Go ahead and release. Great job. Bring your hands now underneath your nose. We're going to do the under nose fascia rolls, making sure this area is completely relaxed. Our orbicularis oris muscle, our mouth muscle, attaches right here in the center on the top. So making sure that we go fully in the center and then going as deep as we can, moving through all the layers. So finding any place where trigger points and adhesions may be hiding, tension. You can roll out towards the nasolabial folds. Again, going through every level, close your eyes, starting deeper, then maybe coming a little more shallow. You can work outwards. And then moving down underneath the lip, this is going to be the second attachment point for the orbicularis oris muscle. So right underneath in the center, feeling the area above your chin, between your lips, in the mentalis muscle. And just notice what you feel. Maybe linger here a little longer if this feels exceptionally tight. Or we will move to the lips, taking the index finger and the thumb, making little pinches around the lips, around the vermilion border, sometimes tension and trigger points hide here, adhesions, pulling the lips in, creating those lip lines. So we want to just go through and release any of the adhesions around the lips, as well as sometimes when we're pursing our lips or focusing or feeling underappreciated, sometimes we are pursing those lips and creating those adhesions, pulling the lips in towards each other, just releasing through that. Great job. Blow a few raspberries. Moving on to the lower part of the face, and we'll need clean hands for this next one. We'll do a buccal massage, placing your thumb all the way in to your masseter muscle and then pressing from the outside with your fingertips. We'll hold here. Try to find the spot with the most tension or the most volume, and we want to just release any of the tension here. This may feel very tender, but keep holding. Just keep breathing in and out through your nose, relaxing your forehead and the upper part of your face. Relax your jaw. Take a deep breath in. And then we're just going to release and then hold in another place that feels especially tender or tight, or like there is a lot of volume. Just holding here. Try to consciously relax the muscle with your mind as you're holding. Closing, feeling into your own face. Releasing any tension here. The masseter muscle, when tense, can cause a lot of face distortions, a lot of problems with the aesthetics of the face, but also migraines, headaches, teeth grinding. So a whole slew of problems comes along with an overactive and tight, too strong masseter muscle, as of course a lot of us probably know. Use all of your fingertips to press into the jaw with your thumb on the inside, and maybe if you can wave your fingers, releasing the tension from this masseter muscle. Massaging inward, pressing your fingers into the muscle, and then your thumb is pressing in on the inside as support. Getting the last few tension out of this side, and then we'll move over to the other side. So that big masseter muscle, we're holding in from the inside on our thumb, and then press in with your fingertips, holding in one spot, the spot that feels the most tender or tight, or like it has the most volume. Sometimes we are not even aware how tight these muscles can get and the effect it has on the surrounding muscles. So feel in a few times, find another place to hold. And you'll want to close your eyes here. Feel what's going on. Notice how each side is different. Maybe one side is a lot more strong. Maybe you're chewing on one side constantly. For me, I'm always chewing on the right side. So in the last couple years, I've been making more of an effort to chew on the left side. I know you're probably supposed to chew in the middle evenly, but sometimes that doesn't always happen. So finding in where you're feeling tension, holding in that area. Keep breathing in and out through your nose, deep, long breaths. And as you exhale, letting the tension release. And then gently massaging inwards with your fingertips. Careful not to scrape yourself if you do have long nails. Releasing all the tension out of this muscle. Great to be done daily if you are someone with a very overactive masseter muscle. Gently release from this side, and we will continue to work on the lower part of the face. So starting at the jawline, right underneath the mouth corner, we're going to lift up, and we want to grab the platysma muscle. You know you have the platysma muscle when you're lifting from the top and you see the movement from the bottom. As you do, pull in opposite directions along the jawline. The platysma muscle gets very tight here and pulls down on other facial muscles. So just starting right underneath the jawline and moving up towards your ear, covering the entire jawline, pulling in opposite directions, loosening up the restrictions here. So just going back and forth along the jawline. Close your eyes, notice what you feel, changes in volume, stickiness. This is an area right along the jawline in the platysma muscle where we will see people getting Botox, and you'll see almost an immediate facelift. So once you get over to the side, we're going to grab this sternocleidomastoid muscle. So it's this big muscle running from the side of the ear all the way into the middle towards the collarbone. It helps to look in the opposite direction so you can grab a hold of it. It's this big muscle. we want to pinch and wiggle this big muscle. Be creative here, pulling downward, releasing any tensions. You may notice some knots or adhesions, some tenseness, some restriction. So going down this whole muscle, pinching and pulling in opposite directions. You can pinch and wiggle, massage, however you can get your fingers in there. We want to fully release tension from this muscle. This will also help a lot with neck pain and neck discomfort, flexibility. So working downward and then working back up, doing your best to release all the tension, sliding your fingers downward and getting the whole muscle from the collarbone to the ear. So left hand raises to the sky, place it on your temple, let your left ear fall towards your left shoulder, stretching through the right side of the neck, and then to take it a little further, place the top of your right hand behind you on the small of your back, breathing into this right side of your neck here, allowing everything to release and relax, breathing in and out through your nose, winding down this workout here. I'm so grateful that you have worked out with me today. All right, we're going to move to the other side. So right underneath the mouth corner. So we lift up on the top. We see underneath our jawline moving. We know we have the platysma muscle. So it's this platysma muscle that we're stretching and releasing, because this is where it gets tight, right along the jawline. They'll put a little Botox there, and then you'll just see the whole face start to lift, as the days go on and the Botox works, however that works. But it's like the whole face will start to lift just only from releasing the tension from this platysma muscle along the jawline, which I think is always very fascinating. So again, now working back towards the ear, and then this time when we get all the way to the outside, we will grab a hold of our sternocleidomastoid. And we can also bring our ear to our shoulder to get a better hold, but we want to release all of the tension from this muscle. And it really helps to go in with this massage technique to squeeze and pull. Unfortunately, when we stretch, we're just not getting into the adhesions as much as we would like, into all the muscle knots. So going through the whole entire muscle, it's going to attach on the collarbone and then all the way up to the outer corner of the ear. It goes or to the outside of the ear, I should say. So going through this whole muscle, noticing how each side of the neck may be a little different. Releasing all of the tension. And then going back up towards the ear. Closing your eyes, finding what feels good. You can pinch and pull, pinch and wiggle. And then coming into our side neck stretch, place your opposite hand behind you if that's comfortable for you. We'll be here for a few moments. Relax your entire face, relax your forehead, relax your lips and your chin, relax your shoulders. Notice the cool breath coming in through your nostrils, filling your lungs with air. And release, exhale. Crisscross your hands behind your head, open your elbows. Exhale, bring your elbows towards each other, lower your head. Inhale, elbows rise. We'll do this 2 more times at your own pace, stretching through the back of the neck. Inhale, come up. Open your chest, open your heart, open your shoulders. Exhale, round. This time we'll hold for a few seconds. Really stretching through the back of the neck, making sure not to press too hard. We're not pressing our head, we're just allowing gravity to do the work. And then gently release, coming up, stretch your hands up towards the ceiling. You did a great job. That's everything I have for you today. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Namaste, and I will see you in the next video.